Coming up on NFL Live, it is over in Kansas City. The Chiefs say goodbye to running back Larry Johnson. We've got the very latest. In Philadelphia Sunday night, it was a fight for first, and under the lights, the Dallas Cowboys showed brightest of all. We'll break down why they won. And the Broncos were knocked off their mile-high unbeaten perch. What to expect against Big Ben and the Steelers tonight on Monday Night Football. NFL Live right now. NFL Live begins with the end of the Larry Johnson era in Kansas City. This morning, the Chiefs released the running back on the very day he was due to come back from team suspension. Johnson was suspended for one game after using a gay slur twice in a 24-hour period. Second straight year, the team had suspended him for different offenses. NFL Live off and running. Trey Wingo here, ESPN's insider Adam Schefter there. Adam, Johnson leaves just 75 yards shy of becoming the Chiefs' all-time leading rusher. What made this the right move in the eyes of the team now?
Trey, I think in Kansas City there was overwhelming support not to bring Larry Johnson back into that locker room, not only amongst the fans, but among Scott Pioli and Todd Haley. They did not want Larry Johnson back. So now he goes on waivers. He'll be there till Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. If some team claims him, they get him and his contract worth $2.1 million. If nobody claims him, he becomes an unrestricted free agent, free to sign with whichever team he wants, and we'll have him.
All right, Adam, thanks. It's been a turbulent couple of years for Larry Johnson. There was a time when he was unstoppable, basically. Rushed for 1,700 yards in consecutive seasons. In 2006, it was 1,780 plus 19 touchdowns. In the 2 seasons since then, he's rushed for just 1,791 yards and scored 9 touchdowns, averaging under 3 yards a carry so far in 2009. We continue on NFL Live. Trey Wingo here with Trent Dilfer and Merrill Hodge. No surprise, this had to end in Kansas City, right?
I agree. You know, he's a very limited player. You know, you just look at those numbers right there. I mean, you're not going to get the Johnson that, you know, had over 1,500 yards. You're going to get a guy who's very, very limited.
Yeah, risk isn't worth the reward at this point.
Danger, danger, danger.
Yeah, by the way, he turns 30 on November 19th. So we're talking about Kansas City. Now, that was the game that started the Cowboys' current 4-game winning streak. That included last night's big road win in Philadelphia. Tony and Romo and company getting stuff done. Late first half, Cowboys up 7-6. Romo to Patrick Creighton, who gets free, and, well, he made the catch, and he's running as fast as he possibly can for 64 yards. Trent, what was the key to the play?
Well, you're the Dallas Cowboys. You got to expose a weakness when you get blitz. Chris Clemens and Tracy White get crossed up in the overload pressure. The seam is vulnerable, and Tony Romo, because of the timing and the location of the ball, exposes the weakness in the Eagles' defense.
Led to a field goal. Cowboys up by 4, 10-6 at the break. Third quarter, remember, there is no Brian Westbrook, so Shady, the rookie, LaShawn McCoy, coming to the rescue. Donovan McNabb, oh, they're such a good screen team. What a great move by him. And he gets loose for 45 yards. Just another big play, a little hiccup, if you will, in the Cowboys defense. The Eagles now in Cowboys territory.
You love those hiccups because you can expose a defense that loves to blitz.
Later in the drive, McNabb under pressure. Brent Selleck, perhaps the most underrated tight end in football. And yeah, touchdown. The Eagles go up 13-10. Cowboys challenged the play that McNabb was over the line. It was not upheld. Or it was upheld, rather. It was not reversed. Later, 13-10, McNabb over the middle. Mike Jenkins, what a great break on the ball. Trent Dilfer for the pick.
Yeah, Mike Jenkins does a great job playing the football, not panicking, recognizing the location of the ball. It's not a good throw, and getting to the football before Jeremy Maclin can.
Played it like a wide receiver. Cowboys got a field goal, tied the game at 13. Fourth quarter, Eagles going for it on 4th and inches. McNabb, this is the first of many they tried on 3rd and 4th and 1, and well, under that mass of humanity somewhere, there is Donovan McNabb. Andy Reid would challenge the spot. He loses it. He challenged the spot twice, lost 2 critical timeouts on those short pileups. Ensuing drive, 3rd and 14. Miles Austin had been a no-show until 3rd and 14 when he busts loose for 49 yards and a touchdown. Again, I say, Maryland Trent, what happened on the play?
Why they go to Miles Austin? He's their best route runner. Look at this. Tony Romo pumps the slant. We got to go. Ball dropped in the pocket. Touchdown, Miles Austin.
A sluggo route. Cowboys back.
Why not?
20-13. Next Eagles drive, 3rd and 10. Now you want 10. You want to talk about a hustle play, Trent? If Victor Butler doesn't make this tackle, McNabb could get a first down on 3rd and 10.
Great play by Victor Butler, understanding I'm going to fight and claw to the bitter, and I'm going to get a hold of anything I can to help us win this football game.
Including his big toe, Sergeant Hulka. All right, so they went for a field goal on 4th and 11. It's 20-16. But now the Cowboys, because of those challenges and the timeouts lost, All they have to do is get a first down here, Trent.
You got to win your one-on-ones in the critical moments. Jason Witten does that. Romo delivers the ball on time, first down to seal the game.
Then they just kneeled out the clock. The Cowboys win a big one, 20-16 on the road.
We step on the field thinking that we have a chance, and we really feel like if we play up to our potential, we can come out with a win. And at the same boat, we also know that we're far from perfect. You know, we got a long way to go. Individually, I've improved tremendously just from all the things I was able to take from last season. You know, I still got a ways to go, but nothing excites me more than seeing improvement individually and collectively as a unit and group.
Well, for anybody that watched the Cowboys play their first 4 games at 2-2, they're seeing improvement as a group. But let us now go next level and show you how Tony Romo was at his best when the Eagles brought the kitchen sink. When they rushed 4, Romo threw 12 passes, 7 of them incomplete. But when the Eagles brought 5 or more, Romo was 15 for 22 and an average of more than 11 yards per attempt. Now, Trent, it's funny. It was last year in this same stadium the Cowboys and Eagles played last game of the regular season. Either team wins, they're into the playoffs. The Cowboys and Romo were embarrassed, 44-6. It really seemed to solidify a lot of the criticism that Tony Romo takes. But boy, he did exactly what you want a QB to do in critical games on the road on Sunday night.
He really did. And last year it was the pressure that got the best of Tony Romo, but not Sunday night. Tony Romo said, hey, bring that pressure on. I'm a more mature quarterback, and I understand when dealing with pressure, you got to identify the pressure, process the information, then make them pay. You got a weak side blitz. He says, hey, come on, bring it. I'm going to suck in. I'm going to get the ball to slant to Williams, and then he's going to get the strong side overload. He recognized the Eagles making a mistake. He's got pressure in his face, total poise, total recognition down the field, and delivers a dime. We are seeing huge maturation, Merrill, in Tony Romo's ball game. And if you can't blitz the Dallas Cowboys, now how do you play it?
Did you say pressure?
I said
Did
pressure.
you refer pressure?
I said pressure.
Cowboy D, I'm not going to forget you. You deserve a little bit of love. The way that defensive line of the Cowboys has played, they have had consistent pressure on the quarterback for the last month. That has really changed the way this defense has played. When you can get consistent pressure with just your down 4, boy, does that help you in your secondary. Now, they're still blitzing very well, but this defensive line has changed their mindset and their attitude. And one guy we got to give some NFL love to the last month, really all season, has been dominant. Jay Ratliff, number 90, has been an absolute beast, most consistent player on that team right now. But that defensive line keeps it up. And the way they're playing on offense, it's going to be a tough
real deal
to beat.
And their cornerbacks are finally coming along too. Terrence Newman and Mike Jenkins has really been evolving.
Helps with that pressure.
Let's go back to Tony Romo for a second. On third down, you always say third down is so critical. Sunday night, he was 9 of 11 for 140 yards, passer rating of 149.1. He's now won his last 13 starts in the month of November. However, December looms. He is 5-8 in his last 13 starts in that month. Now on ESPN.com, Matt Mosley writes a 4th straight win as the Cowboys atop the NFC East and free from bad memories in Philadelphia. Finally for them, it's always sunny in Philadelphia. When we continue on this edition of NFL Live, question, what can I get for $1? You cannot bribe an official, that's for sure. Chad Ochocinco found out the hard way. And Ben Roethlisberger is used to winning, especially on Monday night. A live report from Denver and the key for Roethlisberger and the Steelers offense tonight.
In 2008, the Super Bowl champion Steelers boasted the #1 defense in the NFL. Pittsburgh held opponents to a league-low 13.9 points per game and allowed the fewest passing yards and second fewest rushing yards in the league. Led by perennial Pro Bowler Troy Polamalu and 2008's NFL Defensive MVP James Harrison, expect more of the same from the Steel Curtain in 2009.
Florence, a city rich in history, one of the staples of Western civilization where romanticism and art go hand in hand, usually forgets all about those qualities for one day every year. Steeped in almost 500 years of tradition and described loosely as a mix between football and rugby, with a good dose of bare-knuckle boxing added to the mix, Calcio Storico is not a game for those who are squeamish at the sight of blood. It's a sport where, for 70 minutes, friends become enemies. Calcio storico can be traced back as far as 16th century Florence. At that time, several soldiers used this game to train for combat. The only rule was, and still is, that you cannot hit an unconscious player. Fair enough. Over the centuries, not a lot has changed in the way Calcio storico is played. But then again, that's where the beauty in this bloody spectacle lies. As players do whatever is humanly possible to score against opponents who will do the impossible to stop them. The game is fairly simple. Score on your opponent's goal and avoid being scored in any way humanly possible. Did I mention bare knuckle boxing? Defence in this match is also rewarded, as any attempt on goal that sails high results in a half point for the defending team. Like any other action-packed encounter, the final minutes lead to an emotional ending. So amidst the traditional costumes, blood, and team-coloured smoke bombs, the battle comes to an end in front of thousands who celebrate the city's colourful and unique past. Stay tuned for more amazing games here on ESPN.
Left side, completes, got Steve Smith out there, first down, and Smith pulls away.
You can try to contain me, but you can't stop me.
Near sideline, Smith makes the catch. Steve Smith in a crowd of people makes the catch. Looking long in middle, leaping grab, caught. Did it again.
Are you kidding me? My goodness, Steve Smith, what a play. Steve Smith is absolutely incredible.
NFL on ESPN America. It's where the Nittany Lions are white and the Tigers are fierce. It's where the Seminoles face the Hurricanes and the Yellow Jackets swarm the Terps. It's where the Irish fight and the Trojans charge. It's where the Longhorns battle the Sooners and the Crimson Tide face off with the Rebels. It's where the Gators rule the swamp. This is college football. It's where spirit counts the most and rivalries never die.
Got his man, touchdown.
It's about tradition and pride. It's about today and tomorrow. It's American football played from the heart. Watch tomorrow's legends play in games today. College football lives here on ESPN America.
Hey, this is Drew Brees, quarterback for the New Orleans Saints. Just want to say happy Veterans Day to all the military veterans out there and active duty military folks. We love you. We think about you all the time. Thank you for protecting our freedom each and every day. And just know we are as big of fans as you are of the NFL. So thank you very much.
Well, a battle among AFC elites on Monday Night Football. The once beaten Broncos try to rebound against Big Ben and the defending Super Bowl champion Steelers. Monday Night Football, 8:30 Eastern. Coverage begins with Monday Night Countdown served at Applebee's at 7 Eastern. We know this much about this game. Steelers safety Ryan Clark will not play. It was a game in Denver, Mile High, 2 years ago where he almost died because of problems he has with the sickle cell trait that he carries. So Ryan Clark will not play, but that doesn't mean Kyle Orton and that Denver office isn't concerned about the Steeler defense. Team reports now, and we say hello to Susie Culver. Hey, Susie.
Hi, Trey. Well, maybe Orton does get a break because 3 starters on that Steelers defense will be out. Last week, Orton struggled against the Ravens, especially safety Ed Reed, and now he has to face Troy Polamalu. When we asked him to compare the two, he said that Troy is actually better against the run. His speed really stands out, and like Reed, he sort of does his own thing. You think he's going to be in one place, and he ends up in another, but you have to know where he is at all time. But Troy, without Clark, kind of loses his safety valve. As for Ben Roethlisberger, he's going to be facing 52 years of experience in the Broncos secondary, including the newcomer, 5-time Pro Bowl cornerback Ty Law, who was added this weekend. And Roethlisberger said in walkthroughs yesterday, they're still trying to figure out just how they're going to use Law. But Mike Tomlin pointed out that maybe the best thing about that secondary is what they do on the get-off downs or third downs that they're so great at disguising. If they get in more than 3rd and 7, he said, they'll make us miserable. We'll be dead in the water.
All right, Susie, thanks. I'm sure they'll find a way to use Ty Law to his ultimate abilities. Don't forget, after NFL Live is done, you got NFL Primetime coming your way at 4 Eastern. At 5 o'clock, you get Around the Horn. 5:30, pardon the interruption. Then at 6 o'clock, it is the Sports Center Monday Kickoff, followed by Monday Night Countdown at 7 Eastern, leading you up to the game between the Steelers and Broncos, 8:30 Eastern on ESPN. Cleveland Browns, coming off their bye week, play host to the Ravens next week on Monday Night Football. And if owner Randy Lerner has his way, they might have a new czar of football operations by then. And one of the most intriguing names on Lerner's list, former Seahawks and Packers head coach Mike Holmgren, who wants to get back into the game. For more on this, we bring in Adam Schefter. Adam, you have mentioned the name Mike Holmgren. What more can you tell us about that discussion, and what other names are you hearing?
Trey, at this point in time, Randy Lerner is planning to talk to a few people about that job. Now, if he hasn't spoken to them already, which he could have, he certainly will in the future. And leading that list would be Mike Holmgren. It'll be his job to turn down. If he wants it, he will be in Cleveland sometime within the next few months. If he doesn't want it, it will be on to the other candidates. But Ernie Accorsi, I don't think is going to be able to go to Cleveland. I think Ron Wolf is going to be leery about going there. And we'll have to see about Rich McCain at Atlanta. So, again, I think it would be Holmgren's job to turn down.
All right, Adam, let's stay in that same division, the AFC North. We all saw it. Chad Ochocinco of the Bengals trying to get a call going his way. His foot was out of bounds on this catch, and then he walked onto the field with a Finsky. $1 trying to bribe the officials in a joking way. It did not work. They didn't even get close enough to actually see the dollar bill in his hand. Will Chad have to throw any money around from the NFL because of this stunt?
Well, first and foremost, Trey, Chad texted me last night and said this was all in good fun. He's like a little kid playing the game. He loves doing it, and he's having fun out there. We'll see if the league finds the same amount of fun in this stunt that Chad did. However, the league is looking over the incident. It does not seem to be too egregious of an offense, and I would imagine we'll hear something from the league one way or another later this week.
It's $1. All right, Adam, thanks very much. It's that defense that's really doing it for Cincinnati. They swept the Ravens for the 3rd time in the last 5 years. The Bengals are 4-0 in their division. Heading into next week's game at Pittsburgh, the Bengals have allowed a total of 61 points in those 4 divisional games. Trent Dilfer, your take on the Bengals D, please.
Hey, weren't the Baltimore Ravens playing yesterday against Cincinnati Bengals? Aren't they supposed to be the best defense when they step on the field? No, no, no. The best defense on the football field Sunday in that football game was the Cincinnati Bengals, especially on 3rd down. They were dominant, only allowing 1 conversion in 10, and they pressured with a purpose. It's not about getting free runners all the time. It's about creating one-on-one matchups that you can win. And what you see here is Johnson splitting the double team, getting inside, putting pressure on Joe Flacco so he can't get rid of the football. I mentioned one-on-ones. Look at this pressure. It's designed to get the safety one-on-one with the running back. Ray Rice steps up, but he can't handle it, gets knocked back into Joe Flacco. He gets off the mark, can't deliver, and then one-on-one matchups when you man up and you're not pressured. This is mano-a-mano coverage. I'm going to cover you better than you can get open. This is why the Cincinnati Bengals have become a dominant defense, because they win those one-on-one matchups, Trey.
Yes, that safety Chinadu and Dukwe, Trent. You know, the Chargers have turned things around after a slow start. That's nothing new under Norv Turner. In the months of September and October, the Chargers 2 games under 500. But once the leaves turn, which they don't have a lot of in San Diego, the Chargers turn as well. In November, December, the Bolts are 14-4 under Norv. Now, Merrill Hodge, are you telling me you are factor backing a wide receiver?
Of course. We spread the factor back love around. We just don't keep it in a box. We look outside into the numbers. And a guy named Vincent Jackson, who's becoming a dominant go-to guy in the National Football League, is my factor back of the week. Winning touchdown catch right here. But what I love about it, the great route. Wide receivers, watch this. The second you get a defender in a trail position, you control him now. Now he does a great job of sticking it to the inside, creating separation for that window for Phillip Rivers to drop it in there. Touchdown San Diego. Vincent Jackson and the San Diego Chargers continue to attack one of the weaknesses of the Giants, and that is their secondary, especially their safeties, Trey.
Merrill, a wide receiver, I don't even know you anymore. Lots more coming on this edition of NFL Live. The 8-win wonders of the NFL, Colts or Saints. More impressive 8-0 start, and who will still be winning when it matters most. Plus, it's a Monday staple, the Sunday standouts, the best of the very best for your viewing pleasure.
Oh, didn't see you come in.
I'm Tony Reale from Around the Horn, and you're watching ESPN America, American for Sports. Sports!
The new NHL season continues on ESPN America. And every Saturday, we're bringing you a live doubleheader of hard-hitting hockey action. Score! This week, the Flames take on the Leafs in Toronto, and the Avalanche host the Canucks. A live NHL doubleheader, Saturday on ESPN America.
Hand off to Jonathan Stewart, and the black jerseys are all over, but he pulls away. Off tackle. D'Angelo Williams has a crease, and he runs for the first down. He breaks a tackle, and he may go now. It's Jonathan Stewart, left side. Stiff arm to the 5. He's in. Touchdown. It's D'Angelo off left tackle. He's in the clear across midfield.
Get out of my way, Rondé Barber. I got somewhere to go.
That was a face plant. D'Angelo Williams dives for the right pylon. He's got it.
NFL on ESPN America.
For over 2,000 years, Calaripi art has been the martial art of choice throughout the entire southern Indian province of Kerala. Thought to be the foundation for Chinese martial arts, Calaripi art is an integral part of the character of the region. Legend and folklore take on a life of their own in the annual Calaripi art competition, where the best gather to compete one against the other, pushing their knowledge and physical endurance to the limit. The basic emphasis behind Calaripi art is the application of the right force in the right place at the right time. Competitors are judged based on their technique, but also on the use of weapons like the sword and the blade whip. At the end of the day, participants from all social and religious backgrounds come together to see one of their own awarded for his excellence and mastery of this ancient discipline. Stay tuned for more amazing games right here on ESPN.
ESPN America is your home for live college football.
Holy cow, what a play.
Every Saturday, join the Game Day crew as they travel across North America.
Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Covering the best matchups in the college football calendar.
Touchdown, Oklahoma. What a great call.
College Football Saturdays on ESPN America.
All right, news and notes for you. Skins running back Clinton Portis doubtful for Sunday's game against his former team after that horrible concussion he suffered in that last game that they played against Atlanta. Just fell like a rock. Bengals wide receiver Chris Henry now out for the season after undergoing surgery on his broken left forearm. Garrett Wolfe of the Bears remains hospitalized after suffering a kidney injury against the Cardinals. And in that game, you also saw the Tommy Harris punch of Deuce Latui that got him kicked out of the game early on. He has apologized for his ejection. Well, the winning look is brought to you by J.C. Penney. Both the Saints and Colts still have that winning look. Halfway point, both 8-0, unblemished. It's the latest in a season two teams have gone unbeaten since the Giants and 49ers started 10-0 in 1990. And what's interesting to note, guys, about that year, I'm sure you remember, is that they both lost the game before they were supposed to play each other in a Monday night game, and they both went into that game 10-1 instead of both being 11-0. So, by the way, that was the year the Giants actually went on and beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship game, went on to win Super Bowl 25, wide right, all that kind of stuff against the Buffalo Bills. Okay, so let's discuss. Who's more impressive at 8-0? Is it the New Orleans Saints with everything firing, or is it the Indianapolis Colts who overcome all this change, not only in personnel but also in coaching staff?
Well, I guess when I'm always looking at what will help you win a championship, I always look at dimensions. You know, like how many dimensions do you have as a team to win? And I look at the Saints. They have all kinds of dimensions just in their passing game, a ton in their running game, and then defensively, all kinds of dimensions there. So I think it's easily the Saints just because of all the different dimensions they have. You know, I know they got Peyton Manning, and that depletes a lot of dimensions from other teams, but just dimensions stand out to me, and that's why I like the Saints.
Yeah, Peyton Manning cures a lot of ills, obviously, but when you look at the New Orleans Saints, I totally agree. You know, they've shown a dominant offense. They show an opportunistic defense. They have an incredibly dangerous kick returner in Reggie Bush. And then it's, you know, they have ownership of that fourth phase, as I talk about, that intangible phase, that single-mindedness, that focus on the task at hand. We're only going to get ourselves concerned up with that.
Those are excellent points, but let me just throw this back out at you. Because of all those things that the Saints have and the Colts really don't, doesn't that make it more impressive that the Colts are 8-0? No, they can't run the ball effectively.
But we're looking long-term.
Three-quarters of their secondary is now out.
Okay, well, no, but I think when we're trying to talk, we're thinking of the perspective of what team can win a
How's it
championship
gonna play
with
out?
those? I think we'll catch up to the Colts quicker than it does the Saints. But one thing the Colts gets overlooked all the time, and they did it yesterday. That Colt defense, they make the one big play that makes the difference.
Yeah.
Almost every Sunday, too. And we forget about that because they get gashed in the running games. We're like, oh, they can't play defense. They don't give up a lot of points, and they make big plays.
They don't give up the home run play either, which is very important. They don't give up the home run play, then they create time for that defense to make that play.
Well, if the running game gets going, though, that'll be the dimension that would solidify this team.
If they can somehow not give up the home run play in their next game when they take on Randy Moss and
that
the
might
Patriots,
be important.
That might be very interesting, again, because Marlon Jackson, Bob Sanders both out for the rest of the season. When we continue, several one-handed catches on Sunday, but which one had our nod for best catch? Sunday standouts coming.
This November, get the best hockey action on ESPN America. We've got live midweek games all month as the top teams go head-to-head on the ice. Live midweek NHL on ESPN America. Check ESPNAmerica.com now for more details.
Warner with it, gonna throw end zone for Urban. Touchdown, Cardinals. Warner gonna go deep, far side for Preston, and Steve caught it.
What a great throw by Kurt Warner.
Warner to throw, hit as he fires deep downfield and caught Holland, touchdown. Warner to pass, win time, fires over the middle to Fitz, caught at the 45-50, goodbye, touchdown.
NFL on ESPN America.
This. I think that was gone.
I do too.
Carl Crawford, congratulations. A job well done. The Ted Williams All-Star Game MVP trophy recipient. Congratulations.
Thanks, man.
ESPN America is your home for live college football.
Holy cow, what a play.
Every Saturday, join the Game Day crew as they travel across North America.
Touchdown, Notre Dame.
Covering the best matchups in the college football calendar.
Touchdown, Oklahoma. What a great call.
College Football Saturdays on ESPN America.
Well, Sunday's game-changing moment might have been when they gave the start to Josh Freeman, because then he turned that into this. Remember, the Bucs had been winless. It's the power of the creamsicle, as well as Josh Freeman. A 7-yard TD pass to Sammy Stroughter late in the fourth as Tampa beat the Pack 38-28, snapping an 11-game skid dating back to last season. Freeman passes for 205 yards and 3 scores in his first NFL start. So it's time for that Monday staple. Sunday standouts. You ready?
Love it.
All right, Trent Dilfer, lead us off. Best pass you saw on Sunday, it was?
I'll tell you, a lot of dimes to choose from, but the Carson Palmer to Chad Ochocinco play right here, absolutely unbelievable. You'll appreciate a little bit more coming up, because look where he gets this ball. The corner's firing, trying to get to the safety's closing. This ball gets into a very, very tiny spot quickly.
We call that a small window. Best run, Merle?
Early in the season, where was Michael Turner? Where was that power, that elusiveness, the strength, the patience and love to allow his blockers to get ahead of him? Well, there it is. Michael Turner, tremendous balance. Look at the footwork right there. I know he probably took ballet as well.
Individual effort as well as thinking of his teteammates. Best catch, Trent Dilfer.
I'm going to change this from best catch to best dime exchange, because it always takes a great throw. But look at that catch, one-handed grab by Randy Moss. And it's not just he makes it one-handed. Look how easy this is. Just a walk in the park for Randy. I'll stick it out there, glove it, done deal.
It's like Cliff Lee, game 1 of the World Series.
Money.
Pop up on the mound. Best hit, we're going with an offensive player on a defense.
Yeah, let's start out with Akeem Tlaib. Great interception. Now get your head on a swivel. We call it same foot, same shoulder. Get the head on a swivel. Awareness, my friend. Akeem Tlaib.
He probably
knocked out.
He doesn't feel too bad because Bucks are winners, ladies and gentlemen. We have no more defeated teams in the NFL. All right, those are the Sunday statements. Now give us the biggest statement made from a team, Merrill, on Sunday. Which one was it?
I think it's the Dallas Cowboys. And I'll go all the way into the coaching staff. I think this coaching staff has done an amazing job the last 5 or 6 weeks to transform this entire team. Tony Romo, the defense, but I think their statement in Philly, big time.
And that's what Marvin Lewis did with the Bengals this offseason. If you weren't a Bengal believer before this, you should be now.
You should be now. That'll do it for NFL Live. Primetime next.
ESPN America, your home for the NFL.